Here's something I want to get into with him and Dibs. I wonder what you think. It feels a little bit like something that's becoming a characteristic of the 49ers, which is we drafted a guy at a position really high, and that wasn't great. But we found someone at the same position 4 rounds later, and he's awesome. So now we got him. Trey Sermon, Elijah Mitchell, TDP, Jordan Mason. Look at all the 5th-round finds, George Kittle, Fred Warner. And now here we're having this conversation about Brock Purdy. All right. If you're the team that moved heaven and earth to get a quarterback, and I'm not saying Trey Lance I have no clue who Trey Lance is as a quarterback and as a player.
So far, it has not worked out.
It's not
you
great.
can say that.
Yeah, but we just have not seen enough football. But if that doesn't get better, but you drafted Brock Purdy also, even though it was in the 7th round with the last overall pick, do you get credit for that or do you get blame for that? I listened to Steiny yesterday literally say Kyle Shanahan is clearly clueless at the quarterback position because he's doing this by the seat of his pants. He went all in on Trey Lance. Then he started a quarterback who looks like he was the 3rd best of the 3. At the last second, they hucked a Hail Mary and kept Jimmy Garoppolo. And for the moment, it looks like the best of all 3 was the guy you buried on the bench at 3rd string. I don't know if that's fair.
That's not fair.
What do you think?
I think that the Trey Lance risk, it was a very risky pick, and so far it hasn't worked out. And it seems like more and more it may not work out, which is a damning thing for Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch to have traded those 1st-round picks and made that mistake. If, in fact, Trey Lance doesn't develop, and if, in fact, Trey Lance turns out to be a bust, which I'm not even close to that camp, but he's closer to bust than he is to boon, clearly at this point. So if that's the reality, he gets blamed for that. However, when you have the last pick in the draft, and I said this yesterday, he could have picked any human being on the planet who wasn't already spoken for, and he decided to take Brock Purdy. He gets credit for that. And whether or not you think he's the best quarterback on the roster, that's a small sample size. I'm not ready to say that.
Totally.
We do know this. Brock Purdy has looked damn good in 7 quarters, and he led you in a come from behind in his first game of action this year, non-mop-up, and then he started a game and beat the GOAT in a very good team. So I don't know how you can say Kyle Shanahan is clueless when he could have taken a punter. He could have taken a long snapper. He could have taken anyone. He took Brock Purdy, obviously, for a reason. He saw something in Brock Purdy, so he gets credit for that.
Trey Greenlaw, another name that I want to bring up. Like, this has become, you can call it a weakness. I'm going to call it a strength. Have they missed on some early picks? Sure. Everybody does, by the way.
Right. Solomon Thomas.
What a strength in what they've been able to do in late rounds. They have found stars. I mean, stars in late rounds.